Welcome to everyone watching this video. In today's video, we will continue making our Tic Tac Toe game in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So, till now what we have done, we have currently made this basic styling in HTML as well as CSS. If you have not seen that previous video, you can click above the icon which you can see right now and you can go ahead and watch that video. In today's video, we are going to add functionality to this HTML. For that, we will be using the programming language JavaScript. Add the script tags, and inside of this, we are going to be adding or giving the element to like our buttons. Here we have 9 buttons. All of these buttons don't quite have a name or don't are just basically elements. So we need to give an ID to these elements. Let's just give an ID to all of these elements, but like B1, this is the button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8 again, as well as button 9. So we have given a name, in an unique name to every single button so that we can do alterations using this ID. We will also give the button functionality, right? So on click is a very good thing which you can use to give functionality to, for example, your elements. So if we have this button as the element, we will use the on click property to give this functionality. When this button is clicked, we will call, for example, a button click function. Okay, and what is this button click function? That we will program later. What are we going to do is, whenever a button is clicked, whenever any of these 9 buttons is clicked, we are going to call this function. We are going to call this function and also tell this function what button we have clicked, like which button we have clicked. So B2, just like this, we are going to give individual, like we are going to pass individual names of which button we have clicked. This is button 6, this is button 5, button 7, this is button 8, and this is button 9. How it is ordered, because we have ordered this in flex, let me just take it to full screen. This is a flex box, right? So we have ordered this from left to right. So this is the button 1, this is button 2, this is button 3, then this is the button 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, just like that. Now where is this function? We will declare this function here, button click, and we are going to take the value inside of a variable x. Whenever we click a button, we need to change it to x or 0. In the same way, let's just add that functionality. Document.get element by id. Which element? The element that was clicked, which is x. X is B1, right? So we are selecting the ID of the element, which is B1. ID B1 belongs to this button, that is this button, right? So we are selecting this button. Dot inner HTML. Inner HTML, we are going to set it to X, right? Image. Source of the images, yep, you know, ./x.png. It is basically an image which contains the X logo. Here, if I will click on this, actually, let's just save it and click on this. As you can see, whenever I click, it is showing the X logo. Now, what is exactly happening here? This function is being called whenever a button is clicked, and that button is now being assigned the image of X. Okay, so till now it is fine, but after, like, once I click this button, it will put an X. But for example, if somebody is sitting beside me and they will click the next button, okay, like this is an offline multiplayer game. If I'm sitting here and somebody is sitting beside me, for example, if they will click the next button, it should turn to O, right? For example, if I will do this X, then I will tell my friend to, for example, click the next button, like whatever choice. They will click this and it should appear as an O. How we will add that functionality? Okay. Firstly, we need a Boolean variable that this chance is of X or of 0. So for that Boolean variable, we are going to add var variable and what name are we going to give this variable? For example, if x, initially it will be true because the first turn comes to X. Obviously, whenever you start a tic-tac-toe game, you always start with X. Now button click X. Okay, if X is true, obviously that means the chance is now of the X player. If X, obviously that is true for now, we are obviously going to change this to X, the button to X, right? Okay, and once the player X has played their chance, now the chance will come to the player 0. So for the player 0, what we are going to do, the person will click this and it will turn to 0, right? So if X, we are going to do this, and now because it is the chance of 0, we are going to turn this if X variable to false. If X will be now equal to false, obviously we are going to copy this and paste it in here. Now it is the chance of the O player. The O player, once the O player clicks the button, that button will turn to O, and we will turn if X to true because now the next turn will be of the X player. Let's just refresh, click X, then O, then X. Now you can see wherever I click, alternatively X and O are coming. Nice. But we can see that X actually won the game, right? But why is it not showing? Because we need to add that functionality. I am pressing Ctrl R to refresh this page. I am using Alt Tab, okay, to switch between the windows. This is quite working pretty well. Now, for example, oh, actually, I just re-clicked this button and it is changing, right? We do not want that because obviously in tic-tac-toe you cannot erase a person's move and make your own move, right? So for that, we are going to disable this button once the button has been clicked. The button can only be clicked once inside of a single game. Once it is clicked, we will disable that button, obviously. Document.getElement by IDX, we are going to, for example, change. We are going to make it disabled to be true. Disabled is a property which you can add inside of the button element. You can also add this through JavaScript. Oh, okay. I think so. Oh, sorry. We have only added this to the X button, which is not fair. We need to add this to both. Add this to this also. Nice. Now, see, I cannot re-click on these buttons. I am re-clicking, but nothing is actually happening. Okay. Nothing is happening. This actually quite doesn't look good. Like this is white and this is gray. Let's just change everything to white only. So background minus color should be white only. WHITE, done. So if I refresh this, yep, now that looks pretty good. Let's just quickly go here and add the functionality of checking if X has won the game or not. So what are the conditions in which X can win? Okay, so the conditions in which the X can win is this. Uh, for example, the button 1, button 5 and button 9 has been clicked, then the X wins. If button 1, 2 and 3 have been clicked, still the X wins. If button 1, 4 and 7 have been clicked, then the X wins, right? So for that, if document, oh, actually writing document.getElement by ID b1 and all of that, that is pretty tedious process. Let's just make it easier. Let's just already declare these variable things. So b1 will be equal to document.get document get element by ID, and what ID we are going to pass it? Obviously b1, because this is now, because why have I done this? Because instead of typing this whole thing, I can just type this single thing and it is done. Let's just declare these for other buttons as well. Roughly 9 have been done. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. This one is extra, remove it. Very good. b1, b2, b3, b4, b5, b6, b7, b8, b9. Very good. Even these have been done. Refresh. Oh, actually nothing will happen right now. Let's just now quickly oh, it stopped working. Oh, because there is an error, we have left an if else statement like that. Okay, so if b1 dot inner HTML, okay, so if b1's inner HTML is an X, how we will detect that if it is an X? Inner HTML is X, we can actually check if the inner HTML resembles this. Well, the problem in checking this, because this is quite variable, right? This whole image source, browser can change it. What we can do is we can check if it includes, if b1.innerHTML includes, what does it include? If this includes, for example, o.png, actually X right now, let's just program for X, x.png, if this is like any chance, by any chance, if it contains x.png, and for and we use two and percents. I don't know why it is showing like this, like the font is a bit, but just think it is an and percent, okay? If b1 also contains x.png, b2, b3, b4, yeah, b4 also contains x.png, as well as b5 contains the same thing, right? If b1 contains x.png, b2 contains, b4 contains x.png, and b9, because b1, b4, oh, this is not b4, this is b5 and b9, 1, 5 and 9. If these are containing x.pngs, it's a win. It's a win, right? So document dot write. What we are going to write? Obviously X has 1. Okay, refresh. I click this, I click 0, I click this, I click 0, I click this, it should show X as 1. Yeah, you can see it is showing X as 1. So we have basically programmed a way to actually check if X has 1 or not. Nice, very good. In the same way, we need to add more and more if else statements for like different positions, right? For example, if this happens, then X is still winning, but it is not showing. So for that, we obviously need to copy this, add a new else statement, and like this, we can just keep on adding this. Like if b1, b4, b9 was before, this is b1, this is b4, this is b7, b1, b4, as well as b7, then it is a win. Refresh. See, it is a win. Same way, we are going to copy this now because else if is going to go on. Else if b1.innerHTML.includes s.png, b4 contains, now this time obviously this is going to change. This will be b2, b5, b8, b2, b2, b5 and b8. Yup, control R, x0, x0, x. See, again we win. Again X wins, I mean. copy this. Oh, actually, there is no need to copy several times, but okay. If x is b3, b3, b6, b9. So if that's the case, then still x wins. Yeah, that's a win. We have done for this, we have done for this. We need to do for these as well. So for that, let's just add this b1 is there, b2 is there, b3 is there, x has 1, refresh b1, b2, b3, x has 1. Let's just quickly add like all of these. Paste, 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 b1, b2, b3, b4, b5, b6, b7, b8, b9. Every case has been covered except one, I think. One is, what have I left? Oh, I think so. Have I left something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is, I think so. What have we covered till now? We have covered this, we have covered these, we have covered these. Oh, there is one more way x can win. Like this, and this. Like this way also x can win, right? So let's just add that functionality too, which is b1, b2, b3, b4, b5, b6, b7. So b7, b1, b2, b3, b4, b5, and b1, b2, b3. Yeah, just like that. So if this also happens, this also happens, it's x has 1. Okay, so we have finally added all the functionality for x. Now we are going to add the functionality for 0 as well, like o, whatever you call it. Copy this. Actually we need to add an else statement here. Paste it. Very good. And what has been left? Oh, actually we should have not done that. What I will tell you a nice way of doing it. Take a new document, paste it in here, and we will replace all the x with o, and our work is done. Control H, replace all the x with o, replace all, done. Control A, Control C, copy it, paste it in here with an else statement in mind, else, done. We have also, in the same way, just by using a feature of replace all, Control H, we have done it. Nice. We have programmed for o as well as x. X, o. Let's just make o win this time. Yep, o has 1, it is showing. See, o has 1, it is showing. Nice. Very nice. There is one more condition. For example, if the game ties, x0, 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 and x. Oh, it is not showing it is tied, right? How we will check if it has been tied or not? For checking if it has tied or not, we will check if every button is containing an image tag. So for that, how we will check? There is also condition else if. Yep, else if some condition like b1's inner HTML is also no, it includes img tag. For example, if it is even having that img word, it is filled, right? And so I will also add an extra space so that I can easily copy and paste it multiple times. Paste, 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 paste. Now we are going to check if b2 also has it, b3 also has it, 4, 5, 6, 7 also has it, 8 also has it, 9 also has it. Remove the extras. Yep, if they are having this thing, then it is obviously a win, right? Oh, sorry, it is a tie. It is a tie. Adding semicolons at the end is a very good practice, but sometimes you just forget it, and it still works because it is running in a like browser and they have added this feature, but it is not a good practice to actually do this. So TYE, tie, just that, TIE or TYE, I don't know the spelling, but just for checking. X 0, oh no, X is winning both the way. Let's just tie the game quickly. Tie the game. Tie the game. Oh, X. This is 0. This should be X. Oh no, X is winning again. Put X in here. Put 0 in here. Oh, 0 is gonna win. No, 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 no. We need to tie the game. We are coding the game, but we don't know how to tie the game. X0, 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 X. 0 should be here, then X I can put here because, yeah, 0 I can put here, I can put X in here so that nothing wins. We can put a 0 here and we can put a X here. So if I will click this button, it should show a tie. Yes, now it is even able to detect a tie. Is everything working? Very good. So we have added basically all the functionality to our game. In the next upcoming videos, I think we will like modify this game, maybe host it, maybe turn it into an application, desktop application, mobile application maybe. So we will do all of these things in the next video. Firstly, obviously we need to show the title screen, index page, and a lot of different things, right, to make it even like a prettier app. So be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and please turn on the notifications as well so that you can see the upcoming videos. And thanks for watching.